Hello and welcome to this month's HubSpot tip of the month, where I will show you how to switch on Australian GST in HubSpot. So first thing we need to do is jump to our product updates. So we need to opt in. At the moment it's in beta, but it's definitely usable. So if we go over to our right hand side here, select product updates, click on that, and then if you search for updates and we type in tax, you'll see this one here that says apply taxes on line items. Click on the join beta and that'll switch on some functionality in your HubSpot. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to jump across to our products. So when we go to commerce and then products, you'll see that your list of products come up. Now the exciting thing about that is that you get to set your tax codes. There we go, it's kicked in. So it just takes a couple of seconds for this to kick in. So then we click on tax rate library, so set that up, and we click on create a tax rate. So we'll do the Australian, so GST, and then the rate is 10, and you can put the percent symbol there. Click on save, and now you've got a tax rate built into HubSpot. So the next thing we're going to need to do is create a deal with a line item in. So I'll show you how we do that. So we go to CRM, then we'll go to deals, then we'll create a deal, and we'll call it GST deal. Okay, so I've filled out everything that I need to. Then I'm going to add a line item. So I'm going to put in website hosting. In a second I will. There we go. Just had to. It is our demo system, so I had to just add in the pricing in Australian dollars. So click on website hosting, click on create, and then that will create the deal for us. And then what we want to do is in the line items on the right hand side here is then set our tax code. So there's our line item there. Click edit and then scroll across to here. Now we need to add the columns, so we've got the tax rate just sitting there as well. Type in tax. So tax rate new, and also just put in the tax amount as well. Click save, and then when we scroll across to the right hand side here, we now have this drop down for a tax rate, so GST. So you'll notice that if I extend this a little bit, it does have that GST amount sitting in here as well. That's fantastic. I'll hit save on that one. Now you will notice that from here I can go ahead and create a quote. And that will include the tax in there as well. So I'll push through this one. Next. Okay, and then if I scroll down, you'll see that we've got this tax component here, which is that 10%. Now, I'll jump a step further for those that want to jump in as well, and I'll show you how to change this from the word tax to the word GST. Okay, so in order to do that, what we first need to be able to do is just confirm which quote template this is using. So I'm going to jump into here, go to commerce and then quotes, and then normally I just jump into customize quote templates. Now I believe I was using the, this one will tell me in here. I'll just publish that quote, and then that'll show me which template I was using as well. Okay, so for me to be able to do that, I'll just click back on the deal name. Now, probably the fastest way to do this is just go back into the deal itself and then click add quote. I selected the default by default, so default basic. So that's going to be my focus of the template that I'm going to be editing. So back across to our quote templates, default basic is the one I want to edit, and then be able to customize that as well. Okay, so back in here, click on customize quote template. Now this is where I've got to find the one that I was using, and this is where a naming convention is great. This is our demo system, so I will apologize up front that sometimes during demo mode, we're just going in there clicking buttons. So this one here, I'm pretty positive is our this one here, because it's sorry, this one here, it's child is the one that I want. So we'll go ahead and we'll choose that one. Okay, so this will take you to this screen here. Now normally we'd be able to edit most elements of this. So I just know from experience this is the line items table like module. Normally be able to click into this and just edit all of the text. So we've got like the total contract value, etc., etc. But in the code for this, they've got a placeholder for this, but you can't actually edit it in the back end. If someone can find a way to do that, please let me know. But so far, we've had to jump into the back end code to be able to edit this text here. Okay, so I click on settings, then that gets me to the HTML code for that particular quote, and yes, you'll have to just wander around code for a little bit, so bear with me. Click on the edit CMS template, and this will take you into the design editor, and this is where things get a little bit fun. So the way that HubSpot works is that you have like what I would say like a master code, and then you have the only way you can edit it is to have like child code. So it's like this keeps its integrity. HubSpot looks after this bit, and then you can essentially create like a live duplicate of it, which is a child. Okay, so next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to actually look for that module, which is like the table that shows all of your pricing and the tax in it. So actually just type in table into here. Now the one we're looking for is the line items table. Now I have already cloned this one, but if you need to, you can go ahead and create clone the child. Also you can actually right click and clone to child theme is probably a better option. If you do have a child theme and you've already cloned it, search in here and you'll see something relating to your child theme, and we want to click on this one, and there's all the code. Now we don't have to jump into the code necessarily. On the right hand side here we scroll down and we find the word tax, and we change that out. Okay, so the fastest way for me to be able to do that, I'm on the right hand side here, I'm just going to search for tax, click on edit, change the default text, and now we've got GST. I go ahead and publish the changes so that goes live. Now just a word of warning, if you do have one in your child theme already, you may need to overwrite the code, just because the one that's in there already probably doesn't have the code to display the tax. So I'll say that again, if you have one in your child theme already, you're probably going to have to back it up and then recopy it across so that it has the new tax field in it to be able to edit it out. Okay, I did have to refresh a couple of times, but if we go ahead and generate this one, we'll see that we've got the ability to show GST. Okay, and there we are. We'll scroll down to here, and then it says GST instead of tax. So hope that helps. It is something we've been screaming for a long time. I would love if that final part is easier, where we can just change the name of the tax field. That'd be even better. And the other thing I would love is if we can just have a default 10% across the board. So it's closer to what we want. I think if you're doing a fairly simple quote where you've maybe got one or two line items, it's easy just to select that 10% from the drop down, and then the the template will take care of the rest. So thanks again for watching. We'll see you in next month's HubSpot tip of the month, and have a fantastic day.